This video is about a temporary fix to the pan in an HVAC system that's leaking. So you can see on the left, that's the normal PVC drain. And on the right there is my indication that there's something going on over here. I can't exactly tell what's going on, but there's a leak for sure. So my plan is just to have a new drain at a low point, and I might need to raise up the one side, and we'll see. So here's my HVAC unit in the attic, and here is the evaporator unit, and this is an interlock that I got because my drip pan doesn't drain right, never did. So I put this in here so that if it detected water, it'll turn the HVAC off. And in case somebody was wondering, and sometimes I'll get questions in the comments about what was that interlock you were talking about. So this is the interlock I was talking about. Thought I'd throw that in here. You got to wire it in so that it turns off your HVAC. So anyway, I power off the unit and take the tape off of the evaporator coil housing. This tape's on there because it's you don't want your cold air to blow out between the cracks and seams and stuff. And that's something you don't often have to take apart, but I had been into this and took it apart one other time, I think probably just to check the coils or clean them or something. And I have some foil tape that I can use to put it back when I'm done, which, by the way, I don't show at the end of the video, but I do tape it back up with some nice foil tape. So anyway, here's the panel coming off of the evaporator coil unit, housing unit, and there's the coil. Looking pretty rough, but it's 32 years old. Hate to admit it, but I fix stuff. I mean, I know there's a lot of eye rolls. It's like, why don't you just throw it out and buy a new one? But I fix stuff. And so there's a puddle there, probably back in that corner. There's a leak. So I'm going to take off the drain lines, the PVC drain lines here. But to do the fix I'm showing today in this video, you wouldn't actually have to do this. But I got the PVC cutter, and I cut the PVC pipes, and I unscrewed these and got them off. But like I said, you wouldn't have to do that if you're going to do the little quick fix that I'm going to show later in the video. But if you want to do the eventual fix, which I will do at some point, is to replace the pan, either fabricate a new one or get the original part, which I don't think I can get the original part. But if I could, I would buy it. Probably can't, so I'm going to probably have to fabricate my own out of some sheet metal. Anyway, I'm going to take this panel off so I can get a better look at the pan and how the evaporator coil is connected to it, and just to give myself an idea about kind of how the fix would proceed here. So you can see there's a screw here, and there's a screw down over there, and there's two more on the other side. I've reached my hand in there and felt. So I looked up this part number, and I couldn't find the evaporator pan. It's 32 years old. I wouldn't have expected that. So anyway, I got a step bit on my drill, and I got a scrap piece of metal, and I'm drilling through here just to see how big of a hole I need to do a friction fit with the vinyl hose that I got. So turns out that I drilled one size too big here, and I take the tube, and you could kind of see that it's not gonna seal. So I got to go one size smaller, and so you can see that I taped the step bit where if it hits the blue, you've gone too far. So I've got it sized correctly now. Need to go one more step on this sample, and then we can test fit it. So I got it not into the blue tape, but just shy of the blue tape, and take the vinyl tube and push it in there, and it seals nice and tight. So I think that's the right size. So I'm ready to go up here in the attic again, and this portion of the pan had the deepest puddle. And so I'm going to put it right here. Luckily, the deepest puddle was in the convenient location to drill. So I'm going to drill the appropriate size hole. And now I'm going to drill with a regular drill bit because the other drill bit wasn't long enough to reach through to the external metal sheet of the housing. So now I've got a hole down there, through there, and I need to enlarge that. And I needed an offset drill because it was only 7 inches from the, I only had 7 inches of room to work. So I'm going to use that offset drill bit again and drill myself a hole bigger than the vinyl tube because I don't want that to seal there. So it's sealing on the top next to the drip pan, and I'm going to get that as low as I can so that it doesn't puddle up there. And because if it does puddle up, it'll probably start leaking in that other leak location. And so now that's in place, sealed to the pan and dangling out the bottom, and that just needs to go into the pump. But before I do that, I'm going to plug these holes up because you don't want the air that's already been conditioned to blow out into the attic. So anyway, here's my condensate pump that I just happen to have laying around from a different project. And this whole project, I did not have to go to the hardware store once, which is really a good thing. So the pump measures 4 1/4 inches, and I got like 7 and something worth of room, so it'll fit under there. I repositioned this pump later, by the way, to get it a little bit nicer looking. And then I stuffed this output hose from the condensate pump. But you need to do more than you just saw, because when that pump kicks on, it kicks on with such force that the water backed up and shot out. So I don't show it, but you do have to make a connection, a significant connection. So here I powered it on, and it's been running for a few days. Oh, wait a minute. I just mentioned this already, but I got the pump repositioned, and you do have to have the output hose connected to the PVC with some kind of a fitting. So anyway, it's been working for a few days now, and I can't find the replacement pan, the real one. So I'm going to have to fabricate one. So anyway, quick fix. I know it'll generate eye rolls from the pros, but at least I am sitting in a nice, cool environment while editing this video. So hopefully it was helpful for you, and leave a comment if you'd like to.